Hey, how are we going? So I thought, since I've been drawing a lot of cats recently, I'd break that up by drawing even more cats, as you do. So what I've done here is I've started off by drawing 6 cat heads all on one canvas, you can just see there, all together, just to get me started. So what I like to start with is the pupils. I usually draw like a circle, and then carve into it the shape maybe that the eyes might be pulling afterwards. So this one's like a cheeky little face, like a pretty normal smiley cat. And another thing I'm doing at the moment is I'm using Photoshop, which I don't usually use. I use a lot of Sai usually, so I've gone back into Photoshop at the moment because I want to play with these textures and all these different brushes. The one I'm using a lot of, the brush I'm using a lot here is, I think it's one of the standard brushes. I think it's in the default wet brushes set, because I like it because it looks a bit like is it gouache? I think you say it gouache paint. I hope that's how you say it. Anyway, because I used to use those a lot, but this is nice because you don't have to wait for it to dry. Working on computers is nice, isn't it? So another thing I've done as well is over the top of everything it's got this kind of papery texture to it because I've gone and put a paper texture on it and put it in multiply above everything else. And this guy's like a sly looking cat with the half-lidded eyes there, like a cheeky face. Oh yeah, look at that, a good grin. Yeah. Oh, and another thing I'm not doing is I'm not using any keyboard shortcuts, mainly because I've forgotten them all. And the other reason is I can't do undo because the recording window actually covered up the undo buttons, so anything I'm having to undo I'm just erasing it instead or just rolling with it. Because I'm still using that recording software that was a bit laggy, I haven't had time to go away and run off and try and find something that might work better with Photoshop. I'm not sure if I need to close even more programs down, but it is a wee bit laggy still. So every now and again it lags and pen pressure completely disappears. Oh, and this one's got really wide pupils because I found that if the pupils are really wide, it makes them look excited or happy. And if they're like pinpoints, they're like surprised or shocked or scared. So this one's excited, I reckon. Ah yeah, I like them with the mouths open because you can draw the teeth and things. The colours start off fairly normal and then towards the end they get a little bit more and more outlandish as I go. Oh, that's so cute. I think this one I wanted to start off doing a calico, but it just ended up like a patchwork cat. I don't think many of the patterns are really realistic, especially not at the end. I just start decorating cat faces. Oh, and the whiskers are blue. Because what cat doesn't have blue whiskers? Yeah, I think the colours... Oh wait, and it's got an orange tongue. Never mind, the colours went out the window a bit earlier then. Yeah, and tufty ears. What are those little dots called on a cat's face? You know where the whiskers go? I was trying to think of that earlier. Where a cat's whiskers go, they've got these kind of like dots in the face. Whisker dots? That'll do. Oh, and this one's looking upwards. I like how this one came out. Oh yeah, the pen pressure dropped there, I saw that. Just covered it up. This one's looking upwards. I thought this one came out quite nice. Look, looking at the one above him. Yeah, this one looks like a bit of a kitten too, so I liked this one. And I like green. I really do like green colours. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, I like how these are going out. So I just ended up spamming a lot of cats this week, and it's nice because if you do like the same thing, like the same very narrow thing over and over again, I like doing that because you really start to see almost like improvement very fast, and I like that. So I like to do a lot of one thing all at the same time. I used to like doing that when I was little. I used to draw the weirdest things. I used to draw pages full of potion bottles and things. People must have thought I was a very strange child. Just drawing A4 pages full of bottles. Because I like that whole look of like a witch's shelf full of bottles of things. Or herbs and spices and things, like herb spice racks. Oh, and this one's a crafty one. Definitely a crafty one. I think this one turned out a little leopardy. He ends up with dots and things. Oh, I think he's got tongue sticking out too. I like doing this. Yeah, I'm trying not to use lines as much either. I was playing with that, so I'm trying to use shapes and textures more than I'm using lines. I don't know how well that's working. Oh, and what I'll do is, if it helps anyone, I'll probably just put the blank faces and the finished face, this file, down in like some kind of link below if anyone wants to like download it and tear it apart to have a look at what was going on in it. Or if you want to try just decorating cat faces yourself. I don't know if it helps at all, but I've got to abuse the Dropbox space I've got, so why not? Yeah, I like this one, it's cheeky. I like them when they look like little shits. Now what does the last one do? Oh, I think this is a surprised one. With the big wide eyes. Oh yeah. Big wide blue eyes. Oh yeah, and there goes the pen pressure again. See, I think I should try and find like a recording program that's not as hard on the computer. I think it's using a lot of memory while it's going there. I know Photoshop tends to use a lot of memory while it's running as well. Either that, or maybe I need to start looking at getting some more RAM on this computer, maybe? Perhaps, we'll see. I'm sure it's like an easy fix. If I sat down and worked it out, maybe for about, I don't know, maybe half an hour, and maybe I'd try and suss it. Oh, and another thing, all in all, I think this took about 45 minutes after I'd got all the cat heads ready to go, like from recording beginning to end. This is about 45 minutes, and I think I sped this about 5 times maybe. Oh yeah, this, look at the pattern's gone completely out the window there. He's kind of like a China doll, isn't he? Piece of porcelain. Oh, they're all so cute. So thank you very much for sitting through that. I hope that helped in some way. I'm not very good at tutorials. It's more of a video diary, I suppose, are these. There we go, and cat paws too. So cheers and ta-ra. See you next time.